Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophia for those of you who don't know me, and in today's video I showed you guys how I got this brown, sultry, sexy, smoky eye. We have a neutral lip going on, just a little bit of highlight, and yeah, it's super easy to achieve, and I really hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any videos or suggestions, you can leave those in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and yeah, if you guys want to see how I achieved this smoky eye, then just keep watching. Okay, so for the sake of being repetitive, I already went ahead and put on my foundation and filled in my eyebrows, just because I've showed you guys what products that I use for that. So I'm just going to jump into the eyes, and we are going to be doing a brown smoky eye. I'm kind of like really into smoky eyes lately, and I just wanted to show you guys a quick and easy smoky eye that you guys can easily do. I'm going to be focusing, I think, on two palettes today. One is the Sultry palette by Anastasia, and then the other one is going to be the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. These are kind of my two favorite palettes at the moment. I know that they're not, you know, brand new palettes, and they are a little bit older, but they have great neutral shadows in them, so I feel like I gravitate toward these ones the most. My dog is like literally right behind me. She's snoring, so if you hear snoring, I'm sorry. She's behind the camera. So we are going to start with the Morphe palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Silk Cream. That is the third shadow in the palette. This is just one of my favorite transition shades, and I'm going to take that on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to buff that into my crease. I'm actually going to zoom you guys in, and I'm just going to pop this shade into my crease and kind of a little bit like all over the lid. The thing I really like about brown smoky eyes is they really can be kind of messy, and they don't look bad. You're not gonna look like you got punched in the eye. Like, there are ways you can go wrong with using blacks in a smoky eye. It can easily look like you got into a fight within minutes and have raccoon eyes. So the thing I love about brown smoky eyes is that really isn't the issue most times. You kind of can be sloppy with it, and I tend to like a sloppier eye makeup look. Okay, so I'm just packing that color on in the crease, blending that out in windshield wiper motions, and then I'm just going to swirl the brush around to make sure that that transition shade is super blended. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with Pooter, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to be taking that on a fluffy brush, but something that's a little bit more dense, and I'm going to be focusing that on the outer portion of my lid. So I'm going to keep this pretty low in the crease, but I'm just going to be putting that on the outer third of my eyelid. And then once I don't have as much product on it, on the brush, I'm going to be dragging that in just a tad. Just making sure to blend this really good. Next, I'm going to be taking a brush kind of like this. It's just a small little flat shader brush, and I'm going to be going in with the Sultry palette and using Dystopia, which is the dark brown of the palette. So I'm going to be taking a little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to be using this as kind of like an eyeliner, but not, you know, like a really sharp eyeliner. I want this to be really dark on the lash line, but then blend up into like a seamless ombre brown. So basically I'm just gonna put this along my lash line, get the most of the color Most of the pigment I want to be on the lash line, really close to the lashes. So we'll just put that down as a base. Next, I'm going to go back in with that blending brush. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Twig from the Anastasia palette, which is just a neutral shade, neutral brown, and I'm going to take that and blend this up from where I just put that Dystopia. So as you can see now, it's kind of turning into an all over brown smoky eye, which is something that I really love. You can do this technique with any shadow. You can do it with a black, you know, a lighter brown. It doesn't have to be like a dark brown, but it might take you a couple times to, you know, pack on the color toward the lash line and then go in and blend it up just till you get the pigment and the shade that you want. So I'm going to go back in with that Dystopia, pop that on the lash line again, and then redo the blending process. The reason why we put the warm brown in the crease was to just break it up a little bit. If you do too much cool tones, especially on my skin tone, it just does not look good. So that's why I added the warm tones. So basically you just want to blend until you get the desired pigment on your lid. So to clean up the edges, you could do a couple of things. If you don't already have your foundation on, you could take a makeup wipe and, you know, make a clean cut. You could take a Q-tip and, you know, do the same thing, or you can use your concealer. I think I'm gonna just use a Q-tip. I know I do have some foundation on, but I don't think that it is going to take off too much of the foundation, and I'm not too worried about it anyway because I will clean it up with concealer after. Before I move any further, I'm going to pop on some lashes. Totally optional. You could just do a couple coats of mascara, but I'm a lash girl, and I'm going to be going in with these Boudoir lashes. I believe that they are by the brand Kiss. I can double check and link that below, but they just look like this. They're super dramatic, and since we are doing a, you know, smoky eye, I want to keep it a little bit dramatic. So I'm going to pop these on, and I will see you guys in just a second. Okay, so I popped on my lashes. I will say that these lashes are a little bit difficult to work with. The band is super, super thick, but I think that they just look so beautiful with a smoky eye. So we are now going to move on to concealer and the rest of our face. So the concealer that I'm using, no surprise, is the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of that on and then take a little bit on the outer portion of my eye just so I can clean up any makeup that I might have taken off when I use my Q-tip. And I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my chin to brighten my face. So we are just going to blend out our concealer. To set my makeup, I'm going to be using the Revolution Makeup Translucent Powder in the shade Banana. Wow, a lot just came out. So I'm just going to use my beauty blender, and I'm going to take that and put that anywhere that I applied my concealer. This stuff is great, and it was fairly inexpensive from what I remember. I think it was like $6 to $10 maybe, and I've had it for so long. I mean, it's not a powder that I use every single day. I'm just gonna go in with this IT Cosmetics brush and take away the baking powder. I don't like to let it sit for too long because sometimes I think it can get a little cakey on my skin, And then I take whatever is left over and I just run that along the rest of my face to set any of the foundation. The bronzer that I'm going to be using is the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is an oldie but a goodie. I've used it in a couple of my videos and I really do enjoy this bronzer. Guys, I am going to go in with that shader brush. Whoa. I'm going to go in with this flat shader brush and then the shade Dystopia. Oh my god, it's called Dystopian. Oh my god, it definitely sounded like an idiot this whole video. Okay, well, Dystopian. And I'm just going to run that along the bottom of my lash line. Okay, that was a fucking lot. Okay, so I went in with a little bit of the Dystopian, just too much on the bottom, so I'm just trying to take my beauty sponge and get away any super dark spots. This is the best that I can do. I'm just gonna go in with my blending brush and just blend a little bit with whatever is left on this brush out on the bottom. It looks much darker in the camera than it does in person. I did not mean to put that much on the bottom, but it's okay. It's a smoky eye, so it's not that big of a deal. A little bit, I am gonna go in with the shade Beam in the Morphe palette. And I'm just going to pop that on my inner corner. And I'm actually going to use that shade to highlight, so I'm going to put that on my Cupid's bow, a little on my nose, and then a little bit on my cheekbones. I know this is an eyeshadow, but even Jacqueline has said that she's used it as a highlight because it is so beautiful. Lastly, for the lips, we're going to keep things pretty neutral. We're going to use the liquid lipstick from Anastasia in Stripped. And I'm just going to apply a teeny tiny little bit of this. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love a good smoky eye, especially a brown smoky eye. I'm definitely a sucker for that. If you guys like these kind of videos, then please leave a comment below and give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.